So I haven't done these in a while, but I just saw something that made me think of to talk about this. So, like, let's say for whatever reason may be, Donald Trump is no longer president during his term, and JD Vance takes over. What happens from there? And in my opinion, we are going to see basically Gerald Ford slash George H.W. Bush 2.0. Gerald Ford was put into the position of power because Richard Nixon did everything he did and was removed, well, ultimately resigned, but he was going to be removed from power. And after that, there was such a ripple effect that Republicans kind of lost their way. Jimmy Carter became the president after that because of the mishandling of the economy, both by Gerald Ford and Richard Nixon. And honestly, Jimmy Carter didn't make it much better, so that's why we had Ronald Reagan. And why I say that this will be more or less like George H.W. Bush 2.0 and Gerald Ford is you have both people that really shouldn't be in that position, like in Gerald Ford, and you would have the after effects of a cult like following, like Ronald Reagan. George H.W. Bush was not Ronald Reagan, and that's why he ultimately lost to Bill Clinton. And that's why Bill Clinton remained in power for so long, because they had to find someone else to grip that cult like following that Ronald Reagan had, which George W. Bush really didn't have. He just really had the loyalty in the name, and ultimately had a war that kind of made people not want to switch in the middle of it. But the Republican Party had a hard time recovering from Reagan and really didn't recover that cult like following until Donald Trump. That's why we say you're in a cult, because you give a pass to him no matter what, even if it's a situation where he really shouldn't be given a pass. The Republican Party is going to be fractured. You're going to have people that are the populist side that are not going to like what the Republicans put out, and then you're going to have the Republicans that are going to try and fight for power and basically not give it up to another person like Trump. So it's just going to be fractured, and it's going to be, we're going to run through the cycles of Republicans trying to find someone that can compete with popular policy and ultimately come up short. And that's what happened with John McCain and Mitt Romney. No matter what, in the political sphere, which this is actually a good thing, there's no one with a cult following like that person.